And then you had Doc when he was questioned after the game, can you win a championship with him? And he answered it honestly. I was surprised he did, saying, I don't know that. Where prior to this, it felt like Doc was always there to remind the media Ben Simmons is a special player. Can they win a championship with Ben Simmons?
They can win a championship with Ben Simmons, I think. I don't think they can win a championship with Ben Simmons as their point guard. You can't have a point guard abdicating his role in the offense completely to the degree that Simmons does. I mean, he just stands there under the basket and becomes a non-factor, a non-option. You can't even throw him the ball because he doesn't want to go to the foul line. It's a really complex, bad situation in that he's gotten worse in that regard since he's been in the league. I mean, his numbers were all down this season. There's been a lot made in Philadelphia about how Doc Rivers was going to be the new coach who was going to come in and, unleash Ben. But if you look at Ben's numbers and you watch the quality of his play over the course of the season, he did not improve as a player under Doc. He got worse.
And then he doesn't even attempt field goals in the fourth quarter. I mean, that's so telling here, Mike, that and the mental aspect of this isn't something you just go into a gym and say, hey, come on in and shoot some free throws. Like this, there's more to this than just, we're going to fix your form, which would be really difficult to do as well. Do the 76ers have the infrastructure to be able to do this and say, all right, hey, we're going to take time. We learn, from previous players that, have the yips, shooting yips.
Well, I mean, Dan, let's be honest about this. As it turned out, they drafted players number one overall in back-to-back seasons in Ben Simmons and Markelle Fultz, who can't shoot. I mean, and it's not, they try and they can't do it. They had a mental block about it. And you're right, we can talk all we want about Simmons' form. And I've written columns about this, about how his elbow flares out and his form is terrible and he's ambidextrous and maybe it would be better if he weren't. It's not about the form anymore. He does not want to go to the foul line. And to answer your question about whether the Sixers can sort this out, they had a dry run at this with Markelle Fultz and they weren't able to do it. And now you've got it with Simmons all over again. And I think the worst part of it is that his teammates see it and they know it. You watch that clip of that passed up dunk again, you see Joel Embiid putting his hands in the air. Like, what are you doing, Ben? Just throw the ball down. And, that kind of thing gums up an offense. It creates tension on a team where a team can't afford it. The scuttlebutt in Philadelphia is that this is it for Ben Simmons there. And at this point, I find it hard to disagree.